Welcome to the Rusted Garden Homestead. This video is all about building raised beds, filling raised beds, and planting raised beds. I'm going to do it in one video. I have plenty of videos on each part of this on my YouTube channel if you want more details, but we're going to be dropping in 3 raised beds here at Freetown Farm in front of the greenhouse. This is going to be a display garden. So we repurposed wood, we cut them into 6 foot lengths, so you can make your raised beds 6 feet long, 8 feet long, 12 feet long, whatever you want. But don't make them more than 4 feet wide, or what is that, 1.2 meters wide, because your arms are about 2 feet. At 4 feet wide, you can walk around the bed, tend to it, because you'll be able to reach in from each side, and you're not going to have to step into the raised bed. And that's part of the purpose of a raised bed, is to put all the good stuff into the bed. You don't walk on it, you don't compact the soil, and you don't have to turn it. So let's get to building and setting these up. The wood you use to build your raised beds is going to vary, but the setup is basically like this. So this is going to be 3 5.5 inch pieces right here. So this one's going to be taller. The other ones are going to be 2 pieces, which is about 11 inches. These boards are 5.5 inches right here. Really doesn't matter. What you want to do is put the boards next to each other, and you're going to have to cut a joint. And this one is cut to be just a little bit longer because I'm going to dig in a hole around the feet and level off the bed like that. I like to do that when my raised beds get bigger. It's just easier to level them off, really. You want to use a screw that goes in at least an inch into your anchor piece of board. We're going to put 2 screws per board. I'll show you that in a second. These are the raised beds and the summer crops we're going to be planting. Tomatoes, cucumbers right there in the back, pole beans, peppers, a lot of basil, couple eggplant, and some more cherry tomatoes. But this is a quick and easy way to set up raised beds and get your summer garden planted. When you come up to the beds that are just 2 pieces, I cut the supports to be the same size, and I'll just put 2 screws in on each side, put the sides on, and that will frame out my 6 feet by 2 feet raised beds. So a couple of tips: only put 1 screw in to start, so that the boards will still move when you try and line them up onto the other post. And if you look here, you can see how the grain rainbows. Point the rainbow towards the support or the curve outward, because if this board warps, it's going to warp this way, and it's not going to bend out the opposite way. This is where we're at. It's easier to do the longer sides first. You can kind of do that yourself because you can just build it just like that. But when you're getting the sides on, you're probably going to need somebody to help you just kind of hold everything in place. A general quick look. All right, let me put the sides on. So another tip, when you're putting on the sides, just slightly drill in the screws. It's a lot easier to pick them up and do this. But also measure, because I made a mistake. I put the screws way too far this way, and it's going to go into here. You want the screws going into the center of whatever piece of wood you're putting in to support the sides. I'm going to put on the sides, lay down cardboard, and then we'll get to filling. I wanted to show this again because this is something I just learned after 20 years of building these beds. See how it rainbows? Make sure the curved part is pointing out this way, because the board's already a little bit warped, but if you do it the other way, it can warp out this way and can actually pull out the screws. So it's a really, really important tip. And you can see the same thing here, rainbow shape, and the top goes that way. All right, one more tip, then we'll get to filling. So you can see the post on the left is a little bit crooked, but what you want to do is put the side on, just 1 screw right there, 1 screw right there, and it's loose now that you can kind of move these posts and just slide them back and forth to get them all lined up. Before you put in the 2nd screw, then this is not going to be mobile. Single screw, set up the post, put on your boards with 1 screw in each board. Life will be a lot easier that way. And then come back and put in the 2nd screw. All right, so the beds are in place. They're mostly leveled. Don't worry about completely leveling the beds until they're filled up. You got mulch around there. You can do that at the end. But this is going to be the basic setup. You want to have at least 2 feet between the beds so that you can walk through them and tend to the different crops that you're growing. 3 or 4 layers of cardboard in the bottom. Soak it down, walk on it, just compact it, make it nice and wet. And then we're going to fill the beds. The storm's on the way, so I'm going to probably finish this on the weekend. So when you're filling a large raised bed like this, you can do this in thirds. The bottom third, not great material, maybe compost that's not fully broken down, some leaves, twigs, sticks, whatever you want down here. In the middle, okay stuff, maybe clay soil, trimmings from edging your garden, soil that's not the best. But in the top really 6 inches to 8 inches, you want your better stuff. So if you have to buy a raised bed mix, a container mix or something, you're going to put your better quality soil up here. And that's because most of your plants also send out surface roots. The roots that go down deep will be fine with what they grow into there. When you have something smaller like this, you don't want to overdo the non-composted materials at the bottom. So maybe just a quarter, just a layering across there, and then just fill it with whatever you have. Since it's already the end of May, we're just going to fill this up with the leaves and stuff at the bottom, some okay soil, and then I'm going to amend it and plant my plants in there. In the fall, you can have a little more freedom of what you put in there because it'll have time to break down. So this is the basic setup. I'm going to put in my first layer of leaves, some basic soil, build up the bed. Now when you get to about halfway with the soil that you're putting in, if you're not comfortable with it, any granular fertilizer around a 555 NP and K, you want nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium represented, a couple numbers up or down is perfectly fine. I'm okay with this, so I'm not going to add more, but you would just take a big handful, sprinkle it in 1/3, another handful down the middle, another handful down there, and just mix it in a couple of inches, and then fill in the rest of your dirt. If you want to put down mulch, leave about an inch of space for some wood chip mulch or something to help keep the moisture down. When I go to plant, that's when I'm going to use the granular fertilizers, some fish emulsion, set up that top, I don't know, 6 inches of soil where the plants are going to be planted. All right, so now we're ready for the best part. We have things set up. Real quick again, when you have a raised bed this size, you only want to put some of the poorer quality stuff in the bottom at about 25%, just a little bit, because you want better soil up top. When you have a raised bed this size, you can do the thirds. You know, a third of the okay, lesser quality stuff that's not fully broken down, a third of okay stuff, you know, maybe some decent soil in there that maybe not the best. And then the upper third, that's what we're going to amend now. We're going to use any granular fertilizer. This is organic. Anything that's represented with numbers of NP and K around a 555. It can be up or down a couple of numbers. It really doesn't matter. But a granular. We're also going to water this in at the end with fish emulsion, another organic water-soluble fertilizer. That's just to give them nitrogen, get the plants established. And we're going to use peat moss. And peat moss is pretty much what's used in your potting mixes, your container mixes, to make it premium and cost, and it really just costs more money. So by setting up your raised beds this way, rather than buying potting mixes, it's expensive, filling the whole bed, you can just get a bale of peat moss. It's about 12 bucks for a compressed bale, and it goes really a long way. So setting up the soil, you can see this is okay. I mean, it's kind of heavy, sandy, not a lot of organic matter. Over time, we'll add compost, fix it up over the years. You don't need perfect soil to start. If you are lucky enough to have tons of great compost, please fill these beds up with compost and you'll be happy for it. But most of us don't have that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put down about 3 inches of peat moss across here. That will add the organic matter. There's no nutrition in peat moss, but it will hold water. It will make that 6 inches great for surface roots. But before I get to that, one big handful of the granular fertilizer, and I just sprinkle it through there. This may take 3 handfuls, may take 4 handfuls. You could use 5 if you have smaller hands. But we're putting in the granular fertilizer just like that. Next, I'm going to pour the peat moss onto there, and then I'll show you how I mix it in. And that's really going to make the top 6 inches of soil, and it's going to be good for planting. All right, several inches of peat moss across there. We're going to mix it in. And again, you don't need the perfect soil. The worms, we put down the cardboard to keep the weeds from coming through, but worms also love the cardboard. So that's going to get wet, that's going to get broken down, worms will come through it, and then as we add that compost in here over the season, over the years, worms will just move all the material through here, and this will become great stuff. So underneath we did have the granular fertilizer. Throw in some more. Nice healthy handfuls, because you're really prepping the top 6 inches, and then just mix it through. And you're really going to work it through with the soil that you have underneath to really get it to look something like that. It's that heavy, sandy stuff that was there. Now it's mixed with peat moss. It has a granular fertilizer. This is going to be great for planting. Let me finish this up. Top 6 inches are set up. That's what it looks like with the peat moss mixed in there. If you don't want to use peat moss, you could use cocoa coir. If you had compost, you can mix some compost into there. Just as comparison, that's what we had in there. Visually, I add in about that much peat moss on top and just mix it through. There's no need to be exact when you're filling these beds, putting fertilizers in, just making your soil. Plants are going to grow. They want to grow. Just concentrate on the top 6-8 inches. Your plants will be happy. The beds are set up, so a couple tips for planting. The sun tracks from over here back to around behind me. I set the beds up this way so the sun is mostly hitting this way, so shadows are being cast to the back of the raised beds. You don't want to put like really tall plants right here. The sun is behind that, cast shadows over your other plants. So you want to kind of look to see where the 3 o'clock sun is tracking and plant accordingly. Like the cucumbers are going to get really tall, so they're in the back, way back there. That will be trellised rather than in the front, even though the tomatoes get large too. But the cucumbers will grow more quickly. So just plant in a way that the shadows of the bigger plants don't fall onto your smaller plants come afternoon sun. The setup, now that we've really put in or created a nice soil in the top 6 or 8 inches, it's really simple. For the green beans, I'm just going to plant to here, right to soil level, dig a hole, drop them in, cover them up, press them down. I'm not going to show you that because it's that simple. Peppers, I like to plant about every foot. I found over time you can plant them much more closely together than you want. I only plant them just a little bit above where the stem meets the soil, somewhere like that. And it's really that easy. Once we set up the soil, just go around it, press them in. Basil plugs are going to get dropped right in there. I'll show you how to do that. Same with the tomatoes and the cucumber. When you're planting tomatoes, you want to plant about 1/4 of the stem to 1/3 of the stem. Surface roots will come out of there. So you dig the hole deep enough. Remember, the lower roots are going to go into that lesser quality stuff. The surface roots are going to come across here. And that's it, really. Press it in. So I did that for all the tomatoes. Basil, I'm just dropping in right to here. Just like that. Move around it. And then just press it in. Did the same thing for the peppers. Remember, you're almost planting right to where the surface was, just a little bit of the stem. When you're filling a raised bed like this, only put 1/4 worth of the lesser quality stuff in the bottom. Green beans, more tomatoes, cucumbers in the back. These will all need to be staked and trellised over time. Alright, so let me get to the fish emulsion, watering them in with the water-soluble fertilizer. Summer garden is planted up. I did add 2 eggplant, one right there and one down there sticking out a little bit. This basil will come and go before the eggplant gets really big and shades it out. So everything will need to be pruned and staked. If you want to subscribe to my channel, I'll show you how to do that. But the last step, now that everything is in, is the fish emulsion. That's a water-soluble fertilizer, which means it's ready right away. Quick soak of the leaves, quick soak of the ground, and you're good to go. Fish emulsion might vary on how you prepare, but it's usually 1 or 2 tablespoons per gallon of water. You can do this about every 2 weeks. When the plants are smaller, of course, they don't need that much, so maybe 3 weeks. When they're bigger, every 2 weeks. For the guys down here, a little more for the eggplant. Fish emulsion's higher in nitrogen, will help all the green leaves start growing on the plants. Peppers, not much different. Quick soak. Green beans don't really need a lot of nitrogen, but to get them started, you can go ahead and do that. And that pretty much sets up the garden. The last thing that you need to do is water it in with the water-soluble fertilizer. You can use any one you want. The granular is slow release. So the granular we put down will slowly break down the soil microbiology, breaks it down over time. It will give N, P, and K, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium to the plants over several months. the water-soluble fish emulsion gives NP and K right away to the plant, so the plants can use it more quickly. Last thing you do is just water in the raised bed really well. Watering will vary, but you want to do this a couple times a week to get started. Thanks for watching, and please check out my seed shop. Whoa, hose. Let's slow it down. Please check. All right, we'll just leave it at that. Please check out my seed shop at therustedgarden.com, and thanks for watching.